So today, we want to discuss. My spirit guides and me. Hello. I need to trick her for a short time. I usually don't do that. My spirit guides and me will switch places. Sometimes. That's just. Uh, uh, Subjective morale and value. Subjective moral value, meaning that's what we want to discuss today. Please don't do what we just did. It's actually dangerous for consciousness. So, premises, meaning foundation to develop a premise. Meaning objective morality exists. That's the base premise. It's developed through is the second one. And the likes of idea of Hegel, Habermas, or Nietzsche prove the development of degree of perfection in knowledge. 100%. 100% true. So, Habermas is suggesting that the values of morality cause a devastating impact on societal norms. Throughout the book, this is his main thesis in every case. And even in the dialogues, even in anything that is supposed to be true, he says that anything immoral or system failure or anything causes always a development, causes structure to be disconjuncted in this disruption. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Hegel has proven the point. Thank you. And the point to be of subjective experience, that the idea fifth, meaning formulating in circular reason, in objectivity escaped the norm to degree of knowing causation. Meaning Nietzsche is the argument for open hypothesis for guiding through the night. So what does all of this mean together in conjunction? How is it explainable what I mean right now? Well, basically, if the first argument is true, that moral values cause a devastating, not just an impact, a devastating impact on any norm, but especially societal norms. If society exists, it causes devastating impact on society in norms, if norms exist, and devastating impact to norms. And what does it mean if Nietzsche is actually like a guiding light through the night? That means the idea is inobjectively escape to the norm to degree of knowing causation. Because if you formulate something in circular reason like Hegel does, the zeitgeist, then to escape the norm, you basically can do that, but your conscience slips away sometimes when you think. And that's the moments where you actually get to some degree of truth, or better said, how it wouldn't be true, and from that you can cause truth. And if Nietzsche is formulating a moral hypothesis on the fact that you actually know causation only if you strive forward through destruction and embrace the destruction, then Habermas' theory of societal norms being destructive in a devastating impact because the values of morality are objective, then Hegel's point is proven, but only in conjunction, and that is, if all presented situations are to come because or for cause in rivers or forest, true or truth in conjunction and sparkling light. Yes, through the fires of light. Exactly. Morality is imperfect but can be known to the degree of end to objectivity. Meaning, morality is imperfect but can be only known to some degree. It can be known to be objectively true, but you can't know objective truth and then have the end of morality. You don't know everything from the get-go, because you only know some arguments, as always, if you're good. If you're good, you accept that objective morality is true, most likely. In most cases. Otherwise, you have the dream. And the degree of end to objectivity means that it basically is caused to be in the end outdeveloped if you work further on morality. But therefore you need to embrace that some moral values might be wrong and that some objective moral values are wrong, but in essence formulate one hypothesis that is objectively true. If that in the end doesn't hold true, your whole scientific process is in devastation, like Habermas says, and just in total devastation. Yeah. So, what is subjective morality? Reviewnis. Basically everything departing from objective morality. Distinction to be made of matrix, simulation, chronos and Serie, rejuvenation and factor. So what does this mean? What do I mean? What does the Fluster Collective mean with this? Well, basically, matrix meaning the mathematical grid to which how knowledge can impact further knowledge. Basically. Simulation of chronos and Serie, basically something else. By simulating an archetype in conjunction, that's all I want to say to that. And rejuvenation, just like it is, like the through development again of moral and morality, and factor, the X factor, the Y factor, the Z factor, the A factor, the O factor, whatever you want to call it, or the factor of factors. So basically, what plays into morality to know nothing, know more, or not know something, or know something to be true, in truth value actually ascending. Truth value is, in my mind, something completely different than a Wahrheitswert, or Wahrheitstafel. So systems are only valuable for knowing one's causes to effect on reality. If you have a system that basically doesn't prove anything ever to have that consequence, so it doesn't follow any justice or any law, then you basically never have true knowledge, you just have a prediction. Because systematic failure of systems is to be prevented for any structural societal norms ever to be achievable or ever to be systematically working, because lifestyle thus follows the idea of intercurrent corruption. And intercurrent corruption is not a mistake how it is written. So what does it mean? Basically, it means that inter, can, like carnivore, and corruption. So the corruption not to cause evil in a chain of destruction. Like a chain of evil. So that either if you are evil, it doesn't spiral you into evil, which I would think is still dumb to erect an evil society. That's beyond the point. And if you're good, you basically need to keep the system working even despite of Bennu theory and system failure by knowledge colliding with each other. And that's just one or two examples. Or by law, because law can also make society collide. If you have a law that prevents further progress, you basically have a society that doesn't work anymore. For example, if you have a coin that is